Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against River Plate.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And we're underway. Mali have opted for a 4-4-2 formation.
Well, the modern version of that is a lot more fluid and flexible than in bygone times. There's a much greater understanding of the need for players to cover forward running, and it enables risk-taking, while the gap...
Vitinha! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
He just didn't catch that one right, and he knows it.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Seedorf looking to get on the end of this. Ah, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Now then, this man really is a legend, perhaps the legend, a revolutionary, the father of a philosophy. He is, of course, Jim, Johan Cruyff.
We'd have no total football without him, Peter. No tiki-taka either.
One of the best of all time. Some say the best, and certainly one of the most influential.
Without a doubt, pure class.
Henderson is being told in no uncertain terms that this will be his final warning.
Well, he knew what he was taking on there, Peter, and special delivery from the ref.
Makalele can so cleverly bypass the press. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Aimed beyond the defence. He's had a shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Can he stop it going out? So we're still where we started right now. And that has been clubbed away. Now he's got space here. Law is onto this. Neymar chasing after it. Well timed, excellent interception. And that's really well manoeuvred. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
River Plate clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And no, that was never going to make it. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. Taken back almost at once. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Neymar. Just 5 minutes left until the break. Law. Now, what about a counter-attack? It's played through for him. Cruyff is sporting a guilty look after that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Now it's Bale. And there is the half-time whistle. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings.
Just a quick request today for everybody
So
to
your views
please
on the first
kindly
half?
remove any
Solid,
cars parked
very
on the
solid
road outside
actually,
the stadium.
Peter. They haven't made much of an impression at the other end, but defensively I think they've got an awful lot right, completely nullifying their opponents. Now they just need to focus on getting a little more creative.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. So we're just settling... And the finish! Superb goal!
Well, it's hardly a great surprise to see him doing something thrilling, and it should send a strength and courage through every one of his teammates from here.
Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Substitutions taking place.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. Two fresh faces and both in the front line.
It's a bold move. The manager's made his intentions pretty clear. He's going for this.
So we have our breakthrough.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. That has ended up in no man's land. Now it's Cruyff. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
And this is Stoichkov. Stoichkov unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. That has not gone well.
River Plate really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this...
Goes for a shot! Oh, it's fallen kindly here. He scores! River Plate are level. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
Number 22, Stoichkov.
River Plate grab the equaliser and we're all square.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
River Plate do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. He can get that clear. And that's definitely not his best. He's coming under serious pressure here.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there. River tries a shot! Now and can he finish it? And that is doing no harm at all.
It's certainly a bold attempt, and there's nothing wrong with that. Shame he didn't work the keeper a bit more, though.
Knocks it into space. Oh, shooting chance! And it's in! And they're back in front! Was there ever any doubt?
Well, was there ever any doubt? It made it look like he's done it over and over and over again, and he has.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, it's better late than never, Peter, and that's potentially decisive now. That's just playing it safe and simple.
And he shoots! He's got away with one there.
That's great reading of the game, and it led to a decent chance. Cracking aggression. River Plate really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Neymar.
4 added
Nicked
minutes
it back
has been
promptly.
indicated.
Passing nice and neat. He slid in and that has raised the temperature on the touchline.
It's make or break time now, and they're all headed for the penalty box.
And that has been cleared. Ball is over the line. And that will be the final act. Well, that turned out to be quite a game. Both sides committed, determined, driven, And whilst you might argue to the contrary, perhaps a fair result on the balance of things. Well, what are your thoughts on
Hello
today's game
everybody,
then,
and
Jim?
quick announcement
River
now.
plate,
We would like to ask
absolutely
you all to
shocking
kindly
here.
stay seated
Shockingly
during the match.
porous down the
Thank
middle,
you for your
which was
cooperation.
painfully exploited, and that's left plenty for the manager.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against River Plate.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And that gets things running. Well, you would think that the name Luis Suarez on any team sheet is sufficient to make any opponent shiver.
And I think I'd struggle to name a striker who's better at playing his position.
So what would you say is his outstanding characteristic, Jim? What makes him special?
Well, I'm going to have to say it's his winning mentality, that doggedness, that ruthlessness, the desire to win at all costs.
Threads one in. Not the most convincing of passes. And that pass just didn't quite work. Roberto Carlos. Zola. Rijkaard. Belletti. That's been slipped through. Picked out Bridge. Shot a goal! Goal! Palmer! And it's Palmer who take the lead. And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
After 14 minutes is
River Plate are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Now it's Luis Suarez. Now it's Roberto Carlos. He is through here. And this is Luis Suarez. Big chance! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Palmer with the corner, there first.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
River Plate have the chance to go the other way. Schmeichel punts it upfield. Now that's well seen too. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Well, played right into his path. Schneider. Adams kept his eye on it, and he's there. Looking for options for movement. He's being urged to shoot. Shoots! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
He just didn't catch that one right, and he knows it.
That's really well manoeuvred. Now it's Luis Suarez. Roberto Carlos is always looking to play quality balls. And he's managed to get free.
River Plate certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Adams. And it's Roberto Carlos. Pepe. Yaya Toure.
There will be 1 minute added
Zola.
time.
Good driving run. Quality ball. It's a pretty loose pass. There's the whistle for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
And now,
Well, obviously
please turn
things are
towards
not
the
good,
screen
Peter.
for a
It seems the
special
team were just a bit too
presentation
busy
featuring our guest
playing
performers
within
today.
themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
Substitution in progress.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
River Plate really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. And it's Roberto Carlos. He's shifting through the gears here. River Plate needed that. They really needed it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Belletti. Oh, that's nice. Vinicius Junior. Yaya Toure. Foot in. River Plate still trailing by one and looking here to take it up a notch after the break. Nice interception, well timed. And the shot! Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
Coutinho certainly looked hungry and exciting on the ball. Confidence is at play here.
Some resolute defending there. And it's Nedved. Now it's Cantona. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
And he's picked it up out wide. Pepe is there, and he can get that clear. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Luis Suarez, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. Oh, super find. Roberto Carlos. In with the challenge. Roberto Carlos got a long way forward to join the attack. Now it's Neymar. Adams can get it clear.
River Plate really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
That is a brilliant interception. River Plate are in dire need of a breakthrough. Can they?
All they need is one big chance, and it may do the trick.
And here's Stoichkov. That has been knocked clear.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Yaya Toure is the... And it's been given away. Well, that pass surprise. And that will be the final act. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win it, but neither was able to add to the scoreline in the end.
And now, to all members of the crowd,
So what do you take away
I'd
from
like
it all,
to
Jim?
ask you to
Well, the
join
way
me
the
in
manager
wishing
has
our
stormed down the
birthday
tunnel
boy a
lends
very
itself to
special
an almighty
birthday.
telling off for such a timid, docile display.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest.
Against Nice.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. There's the whistle. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
This guy, João Cancelo, will be key, Peter, I think. OK, he might not be the strongest defensively, but his pace, his crossing, the creativity he shows higher up the pitch, all of those are second to none, especially the way he exploits those half spaces to find telling passes. It more than makes up for the odd defensive wobble.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Now it's Yamal. And here's Bale. Schneider. He's shifting through the gears here. Lee Kang-in. Yamal. Good ball over the top. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Vitinha. Oh, no joy this time. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it. Yeah, we're actually currently watching a contest of insipid probing. The only way is up, I hope.
Now it's Yamal. Nicely shaped ball. And this is Batistuta. Batistuta unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Has a look and place it forward. And here's Bale. Defending in. He's having a go! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Played into the middle. Batistuta. Now it's Yamal. Looking for a runner. Oh, Red, nice interception. But he's forced to go back. Nice look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
The ball has bounced loose now, and it's Schneider. And he's well positioned here, and the ball's come loose here. Chooses to go back. Short changes him with that pass. Batistuta. Picked out brilliantly. Half-time here. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here.
And now,
how would you review the first half?
Well, I think from the manager's viewpoint, Peter, he'll be demanding more from his team during the break, but he'll at least be happy at the way they've contained the opposition so far.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. So, we're just settling back into this second half.
River Plate have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Searching pass he's played there. And he gets rid in a hurry. He's not got that quite right. He's ended up in no man's land.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
And this is Batistuta. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Vinicius Junior has been caught there, it's a foul. And no surprise, that's a booking.
Substitution for River Plate, number 6.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their
Number
benches.
9,
So a double change here, and both changes are offensive. It's and he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
River Plate with the corner, they're first. They've played it short, and this is Schneider. And he's had a shot! Goal! Just the pick-me-up the whole game needs! Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Ah, that's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
River Plate have fired themselves in front.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable.
River Plate can breathe again, just.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little...
Great chance! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Back into the middle, and he's intervened well there. Can he get on the end of this? Now it's Mbappe. Knocks it into space. Oh, important interception. Beckenbauer. Half an hour gone in the second half. Great vision. Pelé, looking for the run. It's a pretty loose pass.
Nice really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Quickly taken. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Neymar. They're back in possession and ready to go again. 1-0 as we head towards the end. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Now it's Pelé. That is a great pick out. And that's left him on the seat of his pants. All hands on deck for this one.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. Nice really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Mbappe! Pelé. Now it's Batistuta.
This is the time you need that pace.
Chips it through. Schmeichel breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on them. And that is that. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Schneider picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there.
Hello everybody, and please join me in
So, Jim,
wishing
how
a
do you
happy
reflect on
wedding
what we've
anniversary
seen?
for one
Well,
of
this
our
game
fan
looked to
club
have
members.
nil-nil.
noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest.
Against Pumas.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So it's away we go then. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, N'Golo Kante. He is only one midfielder.
He's tried one! Oh, it rattles the bar! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Oh, maybe it was one of those moments when he just caught it too well.
No, that was never going to make it. Rijkaard gives it back, looking here to chip it through. Oh, important interception. So what can they make of this? Now, can they get him away? The ball is loose and the chase is on. And this is Neymar. Given the time to pick a pass. Rijkaard did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Looking to play him in. And this is Neymar. Neymar! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Modric. So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. Chips it through, and he was alert to it. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And he's straight offside. Isco. And the pass is intercepted. Nicely worked. Bale is having a shot! Goal! River Plate! That is so good, such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
River Plate have penetrated for the first time.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Zanetti. Conte. Maldini wins the duel this time. River Plate have it back and can go again. Threads one in. Neymar. Can he get it through? Now it's Vinicius Junior. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now it's some shot at goal! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Yeah, that's great running from the way he manoeuvred himself into such a good position to receive the pass and go through on the goalkeeper then.
Half-time getting close now. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. And the counter is on. Rijkaard.
2 added minutes
Pumas
has been indicated.
finding their passes. Now it's Vinicius Junior. And that'll be the last act of the first half. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness perhaps the only things lacking. How would you review the first half?
Haven't played that badly. Getting caught again on the counter-attack is unlikely. They're switched on to that and still very much in this game.
River Plate can be fairly satisfied then. It's so far so good for them, and it's 1-0 at the break.
Substitutions taking place.
And we're underway again. A solitary goal. That has been the crucial... Real chance! And yes, it's there! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
He does it all with an air of efficiency and simplicity.
Yeah, he always had the measure of the keeper, and there was very little doubt as to how this was going to end up.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Pumas grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
And this is Puskás! Puskás showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. No, he's not getting past him there. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. That has been cut short. Modric. Neymar. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Modric. He could be in here. Tries a shot! It's in! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Substitution for River Plate. Number 6, Vinicius Junior.
River Plate choosing to make the first change.
Number
Pumas
23,
take the lead.
Schneider.
Yeah, I always felt
Coming
this
on the
was
field,
coming. There was a clear
number
increase in
13,
both intensity and
Mbappe.
tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Number 17,
Puskás can so cleverly bypass the press. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively. Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
And it's Kukçu. Looking for options for movement. He's picked his way through. And that was very necessary. Swept in. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Played into space. Well timed, excellent interception. Defending in numbers, sharp and uncompromising. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have...
And a chance! Oh, he's really drilled it.
Well, in my opinion, set pieces are 50-50 moments, and this is a rather big one, and it all depends on the service.
Right card, attempts a clearance.
River Plate really can only do one thing now, Peter.
There will
Get
be
the ball
3
up
minutes
front,
out
make
of
sure it
time.
sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Oh, what has happened here? And the shot!